Good evening. My name is Finn Prey, and I'm representing Mr. Graves' class. So in the beginning of my genre analysis presentation, I thought I would go in the direction of religious studies or something along those lines. But during my research, I found an article that really piqued my interest. It was an anonymous newspaper article, and I originally thought that it was going to be an attack on someone or something, so of course it piqued my interest. And what I found was that it was an attack, but it was more of a positive attack to promote ideas within a community that was being silenced. So you probably thought the same thing that I did in the beginning, that anonymity is just inherently negative and destructive. We see it every day with internet trolls, and we think of it as cowardly, and we see how it perpetuates libel and destroys careers. But in my research, I found that there is a more positive side to it. It's very concise in nature. It focuses on the message to clearly and effectively communicate what it's trying to say, and it allows a voice for marginalized classes. So anonymous writing is really just a genre that writes through the method of articulating a problem concisely with no author, usually responding to another text, and it has a group mindset that opens the audience up to any reader, even though it has an intended audience in the original article. So what I'm trying to say is that anonymous writing, just as any writing, can be taken advantage of and used for personal gain. But there are important messages within anonymous works that should be discussed. One of the positive aspects for the more influential side of anonymous writing is that it allows a voice for marginalized classes. Throughout my articles that I researched, each one of these has a marginalized class that focuses their issues and messages around it. Women's Work and Women's Values discusses the housewife and homemakers communities. Negotiating Needs and Lesbian Partners of Sexual Abuse Survivors discusses the sexual abuse victim communities and the LGBT community. And then Rights Are Not Limited in Supply discusses the LGBT community and the immigrant community. So for anonymous writing as a genre for its whole, is that even the negative side and the positive side, each are intertextual in nature. And that's the act of creating a conversation through writing by using other text to create a meaning and combining experiences and ideas. The negative side really uses intertextuality to be hateful and insulting, and uses it as an opportunity to discredit the community. Especially how if you post something or read an article, the negative side will usually just reply and respond to this by just insulting and discrediting the whole article. Whereas the positive side utilizes intertextuality for pathos, to create a credible way to make the community's ideas known, and to open up the audience to any reader. Each article I found was consistently concise, about 1 to 3 pages. It was rhetorically simple, and by that I mean I was able to find audience, purpose, problem, and claim all in the first couple of paragraphs. And the conciseness really transitioned into the focus on message. They focused on message to create a clear description of what they were trying to say, and they did this through brief discussion of the cause of the problem by referencing other articles, and they discussed the experiences of those affected by the problem. They did this to centralize their purpose and make their voice known. All right, so anonymous writing really should be considered more credible, even without an author, because this genre gives a voice to the voiceless classes. And especially in this political climate where people are coming forward with their struggles and their issues that haven't been heard before, people who are not a part of these struggles or issues still feel the need to criticize what they're trying to say. So when your community's issues are ignored, determined as invalid, the world puts other people's pain before yours. At a certain point, you won't be able to do anything except speak up. And this genre gives you the opportunity to do that. Thank you.